Alright, good day everyone, it's Gareth again from Whatchamacallit Gaming, and this is, well, part 2 of episode 11. Now, in the previous episode, which I'll release these both at the same time, I thought I'd screwed up royally with the map generation, because the ship could not, you see, it can't get there. It can get here, but it can't get there. Even though it shows that there's plenty of fuel, it just can't reach these locations for whatever reason. As you can see, it's on its way back. And I thought, uh-oh, we're in big trouble. Okay, this symbol has changed again. It was X3, now it's just 2 lines. I don't know why. Turns out the mod author was aware of this problem. You can see here this symbol right there. Only needed for World Gen++ versions below, because remember, I started this game with the original mods, where it would not put the necessary technologies for us to research it in the original World Gen. Click to unlock all 4, not needed on newer versions. So he, obviously, Moriarty realized this was a problem and fixed it. Awesome. Thank you very much for that. Okay, that's something else. So I clicked it, went to research, it's now available, upgraded fuel tank is available, and I think he said there were certain plants also unlocked? Okay, we haven't actually found those yet, so yeah. That greatly solves the problem. Now the hiccup comes in, we gotta keep going. And we're not producing enough natural gas. Our fuel production at the moment is actually barely adequate. And I do mean barely adequate. We are really not producing enough power. Or fuel, or anything. This actually needs to be bigger. The hiccup is we now have reserves of these tanks that I need to deal with. And water and fuel. I actually want to dismantle this whole thing and just rebuild it. But where do we store these resources? This is also only the one drawback if you use larger storage capacities, is when you tear a facility down, you've got to put that storage somewhere. You can't just make it disappear. And I can't do that. There was something here. Where is it? Here it is. Vehicles and generators won't consume fuel. No, thank you. I want them to consume fuel. There's no point if they're not consuming fuel. Problem is, they're not consuming enough fuel. Yeah, we just aren't being efficient enough to do this. Now, my idea was we would build a larger fuel facility when we basically unlock world. We basically would fix this. And it would let us do this. So, maybe we'll just get that going. Where's our ship? Oh, it's probably, yep, there she comes. One of the other things I did, I noticed in the cheats thing, is I went to shipyard and I didn't realize there was a limited shipyard capacity. I'm actually going to change this to 9, set capacity. It doesn't show here in all the other, in all the other games. It doesn't actually show that there's insufficient capacity. You could always just, previous versions of this game, you could always just stuff everything you want in. But apparently that has been changed, so youch. Okay. We can now upgrade trains. What is the new train? Much bigger steam train. We don't have enough steel. We have some reserves of iron, but I think we want to upgrade. Can we upgrade the existing train? Or do we have to dismantle it and start from scratch? We can replace this train. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and these are all doubles. So if we replace this train, 12 wagons, that one, larger steam tender, and then we want 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. These are bigger. That means they've got twice the storage capacity. But the problem is I don't know if the spacing between each of them is going to be bigger. So we're just going to duplicate the train exactly as we had it. So steam engine, tender, hopper wagons, replace. Now then, I'm just going to add steel. There. That's 5,000 added. That should be more than enough to do what we need. I wonder if I want to still fill up this coal tank. Because, yeah, we're basically out of fuel here. We don't have any coal. We're running entirely on our generators, which are draining the heck out of our fuel tank here. So all the generators are running to maintain power supply. Which is not really what I wanted. We're actually doing very badly. And it's not that we can't do better. We can easily do better. It's just that, at the moment, we don't have that option. I really hope these tanks are empty. Problem is, none of the cars, none of the vehicles can get here to empty these tanks. They're basically stuck in limbo. We're just waiting for these pipes to empty, and as it drains the front tanks, the rear tanks should be filling it up. I'm confused. It should be... Yeah, this tank... Oh, we were overclocked the tanks. That's why. We gotta first drain what's in the tanks before we can get to the bit where we can actually use it. Awesome. That means the ship is there. Oh no, it's coming back. Excellent. Okay, definitely... Oh, no, pause, please. I'm not gonna have the system running. But we can upgrade it again. There was something I was looking at. Where was it? Not there. I was just, you know, looking through things. And there was an option. Okay, no. Is it... Okay, that was what I was just looking at. Storage. No. Vehicles, trains? No, where was it hiding now? Ore quantities, world map settings, defaults. Okay, that's... Okay, this is... Oh, this is the speed that the game's running at. That's what the flippin' X3 is. I'm an idiot. Boost menu. Settlement. Not what I'm looking for. Cheats. Okay, storage. I keep hitting the wrong buttons, hitting the same buttons. Gameplay. Ah, here it is. You can automatically set ship delivery. But, okay, there it's busy being repaired. So it just means that when I have a delivery, as soon as the ship is full, it will depart, right? Yeah. Well, I hope that's what it means. I don't know. Ah! We have just hit gold mine, crude oil, cracking units. Can we... Yep. Where is the cracking unit to make... Have we unlocked that formula? Yes, here plus oxygen equals fuel. Not what we want. That one is what we want. We can store the hydrogen for future use, and we can use it. We are making naphthol, but once again, we're not making it in large quantities. So we can have 4 cracking units operational. They'll make hydrogen, they'll make diesel, which we can pump into the storage tanks. Okay. We are going to use this. We're going to put it here. We're going to take the naphthol, and we're going to use it to pump it right back into these tanks. Problem is, how do we put them into the tanks? Oh, we can just attach to here or here and just add to these tanks. We can dump the diesel. Oof. Oof. Well, we'll just... I don't know. We want to dump it into the storage tanks, obviously. So we just add it to one of these pipe connectors? Was this connection... Okay, this is running this way. Yeah, this is a pig's mess stein of cables and connectors. We'll see if we can connect it in here somewhere and just have it dump. Where are you trying to go? Oh, for the love of... Yeah, they can't reach the tanks. So once the tanks are empty, we'll worry about that later. Okay. Let's get this built. We can once again have 4 cracking units. Okay, inwards, outwards, outwards, so the tanks go this way. Yeah, they've definitely upgraded this. Okay. Off. Off. Select recipe. We want steam, which we can get from our existing steam generators. Because this steam generator is producing 12. Each of these is taking 3, so these 6 are using 12. So we can up the power here. Of course, that means we're chewing back into our power grid, which kicks on our backup generators. But as long as we're making more fuel, it shouldn't be a problem. And we can connect the pipe. I am recording, right? Like this. Just change this formula to that. It increases power usage, but we'll just have to live with that. We're probably going to have the other things back up. Then we want the naphtha. Yeah, I'm going to keep pronouncing this wrong. Right, will this fit? Nope, because it doesn't like doing that. I forgot about that. Yeah, these balancer connectors, they want a direct pipe connection for balancing. It's just one of those weird annoying things that this game does. I don't know why it does it that way. It just does. Okay, diesel will be routed back. We'll put two large-scale hydrogen tanks here. So let's route the hydrogen tanks first. And then we'll route the diesel. Now then. Oh wait, what am I routing out of here? Hydrogen. Ah. Where was I getting diesel from? I was looking at this formula. I don't know why I was looking at this formula, but I was looking at this formula. Okay, that's weird. But we can sustain this. As long as we've got fuel, we can sustain this, and we definitely have plenty of fuel. So we can do this. We can use up this fuel. Do we route the fuel gas directly to the plant? I mean, literally, we can route it right here. And it's just a case of doing this. Oh, right. Hop up over this piping. And voila. I will admit I do like the new holograms. I'm not sure if... I think it was added in the patch notes. I never bothered to check. I was trying to figure out how to fix the game. But yeah, this'll work. Excuse me. And we can produce large amounts of hydrogen, which we can use to fuel our trucks. These systems are running fine. We're actually seem to be overproducing this stuff. Ooh. Producing 30 light oil, and we're using it. Output and input matches. We're pumping fuel. Yep, that's where we're running into trouble. As the generators kick over, are we not producing enough power? No, they gotta cycle up first before they can add the extra power. Where? Oh, right. These trucks are trying to dismantle this tank. And they can't. Alright, we'll cancel that. Actually, no. Quick remove. Delete. Quick remove. Okay, what is going on here? This tank is once again getting full. I want it dismantled. It's taking on water. I want it deconstructed. Now take it apart, please. Okay, that was just annoying. The tank is to be destroyed, yet it's taking on water? Why is it taking on water if it's going to be destroyed? Okay, Now this generator is definitely running just fine. This one is fine. There we go. That's got that back online. Now we're probably making enough diesel to supplement those power plants. Sorry, enough fuel gas to supplement those power plants. But maybe not enough to, yeah, to upgrade the rest. Because these each take 72 units. Awesome, cargo delivered. I don't know if it's gonna auto upgrade. It was where? World settings. Defaults or... Great, I remember these things so well. Transport, here it is. Okay, it's only if it's set up to do it. So I have to tell the game I want to upgrade this station, and then it will automatically send the ship out to do it. Because yeah, we want to get the fuel station upgraded. By the way, does it tell us if this is an advanced oil rig, a difficult oil rig, or a tier 4? I guess the only way we'll know is if the amount of resources required to fix it will tell us if it's an expensive or cheap oil rig option. We're not making excess because we're burning it too quickly, but we are making. The amount coming out is 24. 24. We're fine there. Steam is fine. We have some generators running on backup power because we're not keeping full power here. And that's because the coal burners aren't going. And the coal burners aren't going because we haven't upgraded the rest of our vehicles. We're still working on that. And we're not getting that because we have no steel. I did get more steel and just dump it, but in general we seem to be having a resource shortage. I'm just going to boost the heck out of this thing. It's not actually costing us too much power. So that should be fine. We produce 10 parts. Let's get this done. For something that's producing 10 parts, it's just showing up as 1. Also, they apparently changed... Yep, they did change the graphics on all these components to make them look more obvious, more presentable. I honestly did not look that closely before, so I have no idea how good or how bad they looked. It does look like they have done some upgrades here. That was part of the mod pack. The mods. The author updated the game. Oh, we barely have enough to upgrade the rig. Okay. Okay, we can increase research efficiency. That would be a nice upgrade. Maintenance reduction, that'll be a nice upgrade. We got unlimited, so it's not a problem. Cargo ship, no, for right now, fuel is really not a problem. Health is what we need. Food consumption, we're not doing that. As soon as the oil rig is ready to go, it's on its way. Heavy hauler? Oh, this must be one of the mods. Yeah, that's one of the mods. We should actually be producing a lot of food. Oh, right. I forgot about that. It's those little things you forget about. In here, you gotta set the targeted fertility for it to actually work. I've just forgotten that it doesn't do that automatically. The higher the fertility, the greater amount of food, but the more fertilizer we need to use. Luckily, we do have quite the reserve here at 3,000 units, and we are producing more. Not a lot more, but we are producing more. Oxygen, where's the other fuel source coming from? Ah, here it is. And we're making more diesel, so that's fine. Oh, sorry, we're making more fuel gas, so that's fine too. So yeah, everything it's working. Has the train been upgraded? No, because it needs coal and vehicle construction parts, both of which we don't have. I will add them. We'll add 5,000 coal. vehicle construction parts, we will add 1,000. Because also, I'm not letting our vehicles take them. I'm delivering the vehicle construction parts straight to the assembly plant. I'm not actually letting the vehicles take them out of here, so... Not that they could. By the time one is produced, it's already too late. It's already down the line. We need the train to deliver the coal. We need the coal to... Right now, all the coal is going here. Awesome. We're going to really want this oil rig. Pause. Don't want you running yet. Do not jump the gun. I just gotta check here. Yeah, we can keep doing that. We don't have enough at the moment. The only reason we don't have enough is the same problem we've been running into since this game began. We are not mining enough coal. We have plenty of the other resources. We do not have enough coal. Oh, it hasn't swapped the train out yet. Right, it's got to build the train first, then it'll swap it out. I forgot about that. I thought so. This train has still been running the whole time. Well, that's fine. It just does mean the resources aren't a problem. New train is under construction. Awesome. Then we'll see how well it fits. I'm assuming it will fit? I don't know. Is there a bigger, trains? No, that's not the one I want. No, it looks like that's standard size. Gap here is mainly for the coal tender. I don't know if we need to have the coal tender get refilled or the train get refilled. So far, I think it's running just fine. It's just filling up the train with coal and materials. Awesome. Soon we'll have our new steam locomotive. This is awesome. What else do we need to do? We are upgrading that. We'll continue our research here. We sort of solved our problem here for a bit. We haven't completely solved the power problem. The long-term goal will be that once we've got the space, which is actually taking a little while, could we... I don't know, this is going to be slow. Could we move it and build a port facility here? Build a massive fuel station here, because remember there's underground water here we can use. So we build a massive station here, port facility here, pump it this way. The other option is we can use the dump cheat. Because if you go to cheats and you go to... is that here? I just gotta find where it is now. Map options? Not there. Nope. Boost. Cheats. Storage. Modifications. There was a modification here for it. It should be under cheats. It should be under shipyards or settlements. But does this one not have it? And I thought it had it, and I just didn't. Because this lets me place stuff. Pipes. Yeah, this just is that. Mass recovery, mass vehicle movement. Modification. Quick remove, double storage, grades, bridges, auto delivery for the ship. Is this not it? No, this is maps, modification 2. Mineable area. Graphics settings, HUD settings, and this lets me quickly swap all the vehicles back. I can just replace them with the cheat codes, which is nice. Okay, I don't see it here. I don't know if I've missed it, but it looks like there isn't a quick fill for dump zones in these cheats. I look for the most obvious ones, and the ones I want, I don't actually bother to look too deeply, and that's a slight oopsie on my part. Because, yeah, I would love to get my hands on the proper quick dump zone. Should be here somewhere. Normally it's here under the cheat menu. Oh, there it is. Here it is. It's right under my damn nose. Okay, we can use it then. What we do is we designate this area dump zone. Everything will have to be relocated later. Mainly because this is eventually going to build right across. Actually, it doesn't need to be this big. We just need enough room, if you will, for the shipyard. Okay, this is going to cause an error in a minute, but it's fine. We will select rock, because that's what we want. We will hit toggle fill. Deactivate pause. Did that do it? Fill to on, click and drag to fill with rocks. Oh. Oh, is it this way? Yes, it is. I didn't realize that. Okay, so it's an actual tool. I thought that's actually quite a bit nicer. I'm just going to make it a little bit wider because you can see it's falling into the ocean. Oh, it only fills the designated areas. Okay, that's fine. Let's pause again. Dumping. Okay, that is actually quite nice. I just feel annoyed because this area is not the same. So cheats, toggle fill to on. Oh, sorry, I turned it off. On. Donk, donk. That is actually very nice. I really do like that. It just makes... dumping is a really nice way to expand your terrain. It just sometimes it takes so long to do it that it can be quite annoying. Okay, so we want to do... Okay, we want to do this. And we're going to grab like this, and we're going to keep expanding the operation. We'll leave this area blank for now, because basically... Oh no, I'm doing this wrong. What we want to do is grab it here. And head outwards. And we want to do it to here. That way we can continuously... Oh, did I get the heights wrong here? It does look like it. For some reason this is lower than the other one, and it's not supposed to be. I want flat terrain, please. Okay, this will help as it goes along, but it's not going to do anything at the moment. Okay, delivery to the oil rig has been complete. That research has been completed. Okay, we're going to build up a massive fuel production center. Then we're going to figure out how to pipe all this stuff, or we're just going to truck it. I'm honestly thinking we just truck it. We'll leave this one operational for now, but I think we're just going to truck it to the destination. It may be easier. First things first. Have we even repaired? I think we have repaired a ship. So we have actually already repaired a ship. Cargo depot. We'll start small because, well, we only have access to a small depot. Which is unfortunate, but it's what we've got. It will use fluid transport only. And yes, we're going to have to pump diesel to it as well. Now then, do we, before we build any further here, do we build our fuel facility? Or do we want to build storage? Okay, I'm gonna go with storage first. This is gonna be big. I mean, this is going to be big. So, how do we split? Actually, I've overdone this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to move this. I want to keep it here. I'm going to split these. These two will fill these 4. These two will fill these 4. And then we'll copy them and we'll make it one more bigger. This just guarantees that. And later on, we're going to expand this facility as we go along. That's why I've pushed this so far away. It's so I can dismantle this, put a bigger one, repeat. In fact, I'm actually going to leave us a little bit more room just to play it safe, because I don't remember how big these get. And as you are aware from what you saw in the mods, it should be somewhere in here. Here. We do have upgrade to a 10 port and a 12 port, so that's going to be big. I don't know if we'll ever need anything that big, but it's going to be big. Fluid pipes. Balancer. Push it one back. Do the same thing here. I guess that kind of works. No, come on. This pipe is, though, is going to be a slight hiccup. Because this tank isn't quite in the right position. So we've got to basically run. Okay. That's fuel. That's crude oil. Sorry, that's crude. Let me just save, because now this is finally fixed, thank goodness. The author realized this was a problem way ahead of schedule, and I don't have to start from scratch. Yes, hallelujah. Yeah, okay, we want the cracking units, which will run on electric generated steam, because the new power plant will be built that side as well. Because we are going to go big from the get-go. It's going to chew a lot of power, but then we can also dismantle this area and transfer the fuel. We still have plenty of underground fuel. We don't actually need to ship it in, but shipping it in, I've set it so the off-world, the world map resources are unlimited. These will never run out, so it really isn't going to give us any problems in the long run. Now, where's that water? Okay, it's way over there, so we got plenty of room. This is going to be interesting, because we have to go big. We got the first stage distillation, which needs steam, then stage 2, stage 3. So we'll build this up. What we're going to do is just way here in the middle, we'll just get the whole system set up. Okay. Stage 2 uses that oil. And stage 3. Off. That's the only recipe available. Off. Also the only recipe available. And the current recipe, only recipe available. Awesome. So we'll have quite a lot of steam generators on one side, and then we'll have these units. Help if I press the right button. I just want to check here. Because this will feed to this, and then we got to get rid of the waste material. This will feed to this, and that'll make diesel, and then this will feed to this. Do we want to create a buffer tanks? The main reason for buffer tanks is it guarantees that 100% excess resources are going to be used, but this is a 1-to-1 ratio just about, so we can really just go for it and not have a problem. Now, this will be built, it's going to seem very big, but it's built entirely with the idea that future upgrades are going to definitely come into play here. Basically, this will just keep getting bigger and bigger, and more fuel will be brought as the port facility increases, so we can just keep our current production. But I'm just wondering how difficult it's going to be to route pipes. If I shouldn't leave a bit more gap for routing pipes, not to mention steam. Or do I build a small modular complex that's already feeding steam, routing the appropriate pipes? The biggest hiccup is I want all the fuel and stuff to go to the same place. So it's always nice if you don't have to reroute the pipes 100 times. Seriously wondering if I should not give quite a bit more room. Oops. It's mainly the pipes that are now just got me a little bit concerned. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to route them properly. If I've given enough space to route them properly. If I could try and make it neat. I know I normally very badly screw up making it neat. Alright, let's just get started. We'll run the base pipes first, which is basically just this to this, and this to this. Then we can just copy this. Oops, nope. Ah, screwed that up already. Okay, fine. Okay, it's mainly going to be steam that's going to come up as a big hiccup. And then I've got to evenly distribute these tanks between all these units. Luckily, that's why I've got this long pipe balancer system. Do we want to expand this? That's a lot of storage. Each of these is 30,000 units of storage. That's going to be plenty. So for now, how do we distribute this? 2, 2, 2. Let me just try it. If I were to take these pipes are going to be long. They're going to look stupid and not necessary to be this long, but it's mainly upgrades are part of the plan. So for now, I'm just going to live with it. I just want to see if this is a good idea to make this work. Or if I need to go with a better distributing option. If we put 3 pipes to each tank, so 3 from each pipe of each of these storage units, or do I set it up that each one of these feeds one of these setups? And I push them a bit further apart. So 1 tank will feed 4 production chains. At first it's not going to work. We're just not going to be shipping in enough crude oil because this is far too small to supply. But later on, as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it will easily oversupply our fuel reserves, especially if we upgrade the production center to produce so much. And then that'll also give us excess fuel and excess, well, everything, basically. I'm thinking I do want to go big if possible. So, each one of these pipes will feed, will feed 1 production system. 1 production chain. It's not going to be enough fuel in the beginning. In fact, it's going to run into shortages almost all the time. But we can supplement that by shipping oil from our underground reserves to our fuel station. This will also give me a rough idea of what kind of limit of facilities I can have. But like I said, I'm going big this time around. This thing is going to be ginormous. I may actually be running out of space with these pipes. Luckily we can go up a level, so that's not a problem either. It's going to look a little weird. I've grabbed this wrong. Let's just grab from here. Yeah, this is going to be big, and its power requirements are going to be astro-freaking-nomical. Astro-freaking-nomical. But we should hopefully be producing enough stuff that we can actually do it. I think these last two pipes may come up a bit. No, I think I've done it. I think I'm fine. Oops. Definitely gonna have to cheat in more construction components to get this place working. And that's just diesel fuel. I wish I sort of wish I could have continued this pattern on this side. Or should I move all the buildings one over and run them all that way? Like move these things, say, there. And we could just have this pattern. It's just, I just like the pattern, that's all. It's not actually necessary, but for anyone with OCD, this is going to drive them absolutely bonkers. I apologize. Nothing I can do about it. I suck at getting these layouts right all the time. Okay. Steam. Each of these steam units use 6, so 1 steam generator on low power is plenty. 3. Okay, let's get 1 row going. Because remember, this is all going to be electrically powered with steam. I probably could switch to boiled gas at the later stage, but for right now, we want electric generators. And there's water there, so that's not going to be a problem. Okay, that's 12. What do we set it? Yeah, let's set it to 12. That's 12 as well. So this one can provide 6 here, 3 here, 3 here. So one of these steam power plants can supply 1 complete row. Because it produces 12. 6, 3, 3, 12. So for one of these to each one of these rows, that's actually quite nice. How do I want to build it? Where do I want to build it? Do I want to build it on this side? And run the water piping over? Because remember, the water is here. This is the conundrum. Where do I build it? Where do I pipe it? How do I pipe it? Remember, each one of these has to supply separately. So I'm thinking we pipe it this way. I'm just going to put a lot. I'm not actually bothering to count. And then as we use each pipe, we will then be happy to do it. We can also relocate the pipes later. Bonk. So remember, we're still got to get rid of this. So I'm going to have to figure that out. Because we'll be using it. does that? That looks fine. First, let's copy the structure. Does it fit here? Okay, we run into some piping problems. Because I haven't got my distances right with everything. Of course not. Why would I do something as simple and smart as that? Okay, let's just run the next pipe and see where we go. We may have to split this power plant. Maybe I should raise all the water pipes? Would make moving them quite easy. Hiccup is coming in here. This spacing is wrong. It's badly, badly wrong. I need this spacing between all these connection pipes. So... connect these pipes like this, move it one over. Connect these pipes like... Okay, no, this is just becoming confusing mess. Okay, we want to keep these. Let's temporarily erase these. Okay, let's copy this to here, because this is our pipe setup. We go here, we go one over. We come here, we go one over. Come here, we go one over. I can always erase, luckily these are blueprints, so that's not a big hiccup. So if I've overbuilt, I've probably overbuilt, it's not a problem, it's easily fixed. Then we grab all these pipes, we erase them. This pipe will come to here. This pipe will come to here. The pipe will go here. This one. Yeah, let's just do this quick. We could always expand more, because remember, as more of these become available, instead of just storing it here, we can add more tanks as we go along. So that's not a problem. Okay, we've got one pipe up, one pipe down. This is all steam. Now we want to connect these steam pipes. No, that was not where that was supposed to go. It's supposed to be here. It's just this R function. It's normally not a problem. It can just be slightly hiccupy at times. Okay, because yeah, we got one up, one down. I'm seriously wondering if I shouldn't have just gone all up. Yeah, this is going to start to make I think I've got this connections all wrong. Not leaving myself enough room to run the rest of the piping. This one is fine. So we go here, we go up one. That's fine. Anyone for a really weird game of snakes and ladders? Because that's what I'm building here. Remember, we're not going to have enough power initially to run any of this, probably. I may actually have to even cheat power in just for a little bit. Actually, no. We gotta get all the way to the end. Like I said, weirdest game of snakes and ladders ever. Where are we? Okay, we're here. And this is still just routing existing. This is just steam. We haven't taken care of any of the waste liquids and additional liquids either. So this is just for steam. Oops. So this is going to be a fun construction job. I'm pretty sure someone out there is screaming. Very, very loudly. Calling me a complete and utter insane imbecile. For ever thinking this was a good idea. But hey, at least I'm keeping to the pattern. Good luck fixing any of this, though. Also, maintenance-wise, this may become quite the hiccup. Still got a long way to go. How much juice do these each take? 4.5, yeah. We're not going to have enough power, because remember, the steam generator, the power plant that will be built on this side of the map, won't be able to operate. I'm just going to go up now, so a slight change to the pattern. It won't be able to operate initially because there's simply not going to be any fuel for it to burn. So at least in the beginning, it's not going to work. What happened here? Oh, right, one up. Whew. I could split this stuff, but I'm just keeping it localized. Just keeping it localized. Yeah, this facility will not be operational once it's first complete, because there will be no power to run it. This is like these data centers everybody is building all of a sudden. Where the heck they're supposed to get the power for most of these things, I don't know. Many stations are already reporting they just don't know if we'll be able to get power. One of the best examples of this, I was watching another YouTuber. I wish I could remember his name, but I don't at the moment. But there's apparently an old solar mirror project that was created in the United States to basically use large mirrors to direct... Oops, that didn't work. Basically using a large array of mirrors, there are 3 such facilities, to direct sunlight to a large heating tower. This heating tower then boils water turn steam generators, you know, the thing we've been doing since the flippin' 1800s and whatever. Since the Industrial Revolution. He did a walkthrough of this facility and put the YouTube video up. It was also technically legal, I think, for him to walk through. Trespassing, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what the rules are. But anyway, he did a walkthrough of this facility and it's falling apart. Now, the reason it's falling apart is because the company that owns it wants to use solar panels instead. Solar panels are much more efficient. They don't require complex heating towers or anything. You just take the energy from the sun, stuff it into a battery, or stuff it directly into the grid. It makes sense. The reason that facility is still running, I think there's two steps he mentioned. One is there is a contract to keep the facility running. The other major hiccup is there's no available replacement for its power output with respect to the data centers. So it's a data center somewhere is taking part of that power, and they simply don't have anything to replace that facility. Unfortunately, the facility is falling apart. It's barbecuing birds. It looks terrible because there's nothing but broken glass everywhere. But there's just no available replacement to take up that load in the system. The power is needed. Which is why private companies are trying to get their own nuclear reactors for this now. Oh well, at least there's that. Come on, there we go. Whew! Steam power, check. Will we have power for it? No. Not even remotely. Okay. What is our time on this? Damn, this is almost an hour on its own. Yeah, this is probably way too much water storage. Also, how am I going to evenly distribute it? Stuff it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. 1, 6 divided by 2. 8. Yeah, why do math when you've got something that can do the math for you? 8. How do we want to do this? How do we want to run this? That means I have to break it down further. Each 4 of these tanks should get one of these pipes. So if I run this piping like this... That's 4. Good thing we have upgraded water pipes. Oh wait, I've now overdone this, haven't I? Yeah, those 4 should go there. This one will come this way. And we will repeat. Oops. Which actually means I could have connected 2. But let's see if this works. Also remember, power is going to be a problem. Just a moment. Paul. Sorry. Brother was just offering me a cup of tea, so I'm going to say yes. But first I'm going to finish this project. Okay. That's fine. We'll figure out the rest of this facility the next episode. Because, yeah, we've already passed an hour, plus the other video is an hour and a half. So, yeah, we'll figure out the rest of this with the next episode and continue building. So I hope you've all enjoyed. I'm very happy I solved that blinking map issue. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. This is Gareth from Whatchamacallit Gaming, out.